Alright, so this video is going to be about the recent pickup that I made the other day of this card right here. So this is a 2017-18 Pavel Bure gold patch auto from the Cup. This is a parallel variation, I guess, technically, because the base card would be just a non-auto, non-patch. And it's numbered to 8 there, as you can see, numbered 8 of 8. So the origin stories behind this pickup, this one just popped onto an Instagram sale, and I saw the card, and my immediate thought was like, man, that is just a gorgeous card. That would be such a cool card to have. But I was just kind of thinking like, well, it's a patch auto for Bure from the Cup. I know he has a handful of those. It's not like, they're pretty rare cards, but there's definitely a solid amount of these different subsets and stuff that he has in the Cup. But I kind of thought about it a bit more. I was like, okay, well, what card exactly is this that I'm looking at? Like, which subset in the Cup is this patch auto? And then it occurred to me, this is a base set parallel patch auto. And then I remembered the fact that all I really care about are base set cards. Like, if you look at my McDavid collection of only 4 cards, all of them are base set parallels. And I could easily make a collection that was only base set parallels. Like, there's not a lot of cards I would have to exclude from that I would feel like, I'd miss out on. I mean, there's definitely some insert cards I really like, but the point is I love cards that are numbered to the base set. So I did some quick research, and well, one thought that popped into my head that was really exciting, where I was like, well, I'm definitely going to buy this if this is true, but I was like, could this possibly be Bure's first base set Cup patch auto from the Cup? Because I was kind of thinking about it. I'm like, I don't know how many of these he has really. But I did a little bit of research, and then it appeared to me that he had one of these from 2015-16 as well, so 2 years earlier. This one was an update that this card wasn't released until 2023, the Cup, because I guess Bure wasn't signing for a while. But yeah, from the research I did, it appeared that there was only 2 base set patch autographs from the Cup for Pavel Bure ever made, and the 2015 is an incredible looking card. I'll throw up a picture of what it looks like, but I think this design is even nicer than that, and the fact that there's only 2 of them, that was kind of exciting, because it was like, okay, well, it's not as random of a card as I initially thought it might be. Like, it fits what I like the most, base set parallels, and there's only 2 of them. Now, the main thing I want when I get a card from a certain set is I want that card to be like representative of the essence of the set, like what the set is supposed to be known for. And I think for the Cup, everyone would agree. I mean, I'm trying to zoom in on the logo there, but yeah, everyone would agree that patch autographs are what the Cup is known for. I think that is clearly the angle that the Cup has, and I think it's the undisputed best set for patch autographs. So there's a couple things I like there. This is the best possible set for patch autographs, and being a base set parallel. And also, to make kind of a comparison, this might be a stretch for some people, but this is sort of how I think about things, like in terms of the attributes of the card. If you think about what is like a rookie patch auto, like if we think of the McDavid rookie patch auto that has 99 copies, well, that is the first base set card that McDavid has from the Cup that has a patch and an autograph on it. Yes, it's a rookie. It has some other attributes, obviously. It's playing years, all this stuff. But if you break it down into those attributes, it's the first card he has that's in the Cup that has an autograph and a patch on it. So for Bure, that's not what this is. This is his second one, like I said, because 2015 would be the first. But it's kind of like if you were going to pick a card that could be, because obviously Bure will never have an actual rookie patch auto. That sort of technology clearly was not possible back when he was playing. But what sort of card could be considered the closest to it? And I think you can make an argument for these parallel patches from the base set. 2015 is the one I'd be talking about, not the copy I have. But either way, it's just a sort of way that I compare cards by thinking about the attributes of them, not necessarily what they look like. Because Bure does have a rookie, he does have like a rookie. What are those called, like tribute card, that one of them just sold recently on eBay for a pretty good price. I believe those will have like a picture of him from his rookie season. It has the word rookie on it. So like aesthetically, that is closer to like what you would expect if he would have had a rookie patch auto, what it would look like. But then this one just matches the attributes a bit more with it being from the base set. But even with all this stuff about the card I liked, there was one hang up I still had on this, which is, if you're familiar with the channel, like, you know, I've said several times, I do not like post-playing years cards. And the reason I don't really like them, well, I guess we'll go the opposite direction. The reason I really like playing years cards is because that represents a finite period of time. So Bure's rookie year would have been, what, 91? And I guess he retired in 2003. So that period of time will never happen again. For example, there will never be, you know, if you think of some of his 90s grails, like an Atomic Refractor from 1998, there can never ever be another one of those made. That's just finite. That it happened and now it's gone. And you just have to get the copies that already exist. Whereas there's an element of arbitrariness to post-playing years, I find, because there's nothing stopping Bure from being in the cup in the year 2045, right? Like, but to push back on that, there is some elements of certain cards, which is kind of what's going to allow me to break my sort of rigid rule that I had. I mean, I did buy, on my old Bure collection, I did buy a post-playing years card once, but sure enough, when I needed some money, I sold it first, like, you know, and didn't sell the other stuff I had. But there is a few things. So first off, this is an on-card auto, which means Bure had to hold this in his hand and sign it. That is finite, because at some point Bure will not be here. So they can't make this card in the year 2100, at least. And then this is a game-used patch. So that has an element of finitude as well, because, yeah, there's only a certain amount of game-used jerseys out there. They can only cut up all the patches so many times. And, yeah, eventually these sort of cards would run out. And also, this is, you can still just go off of, like, first year, second year, third year, sort of. So, yeah, maybe they can make these for several years, but there's still always going to be, like, the first year, the second year, all that. And for this particular type of card, I consider it a second-year card because it's, like, the second year of this, I don't know what you'd call it, this type of card, I guess. Whereas I think Bure's first actual appearance in the Cup is 2012. But yeah, in terms of these base parallels out of 8. So despite my hesitations about it, I decided to just kind of take a leap of faith and just get over my post-playing days dislike, because I kind of have to, right? Like, look at this card aesthetically. If I kind of mental gymnastics my way out of ever collecting these because of the reasons I don't like them, and then I just miss out on, like, literally the most beautiful possible types of Pavel Bure cards that exist. So I think I just miss out too much on that if I don't make that adjustment. But yeah, I will still say with post-playing year stuff, I'm not a fan of, like, a card, let's say, you know, a Golden Treasures or something. And I love Golden Treasures, as anyone who watches my channel should know. Well, let's say Pavel Bure had a Golden Treasures in Platinum or something. Oh, he does, actually, from 2017. But let's say there's a one where it's like a really cool photo of him in the black jersey. To me, it's just a picture. It's printed on cardboard. It's a picture. I mean, that is arbitrary. They could make that card 200 years from now, whereas, like, they can't make this. So, yeah, there's certain types of post-playing years cards that I don't really like. Maybe I could get over that as well one day, but certainly I would never pay top money for those sort of cards. Whereas this card, I paid more for this than I paid for any Bure card that I've ever owned. So yeah, these are the market values these very highly, and I can definitely see the reasons why. I mean, aesthetically, this card is just like a regal card. I mean, you got the gold foil etched, you got the beautiful patch window, blue perfectly struck autograph, then you got like a picture of Bure there with the black skate. It's a Stanley Cup Finals photo, which is pretty cool. And yeah, the back's pretty basic, but it does say that it has game-used hockey memorabilia on it. So, yeah, just an incredible card. In terms of how much I paid for it, I basically paid $5,000 for this. 3,300 of that cash and 1,700 of it in trade. The previous owner hinted that that's what they'd paid for it. They hinted that they'd be willing to take a loss on it, but I don't know. I felt like this card I didn't really want to insult this card with a lower offer than that. It's like I'm either going to buy it or I'm not, and decided to give it a shot in owning one of these. And my initial reaction when I saw the card, like right away, I was like, holy crap, this card is so nice. So we'll see. I'm gonna hold on to it and kind of see how I feel about this card. Now, if you're familiar with my collecting approach nowadays, where I have like my main roster, which is like the cards that I consider core PC cards that I'll never sell, and then I have the farm team cards, which are just cards I buy that I think are cool and I like, and I consider whether I'm going to collect them. And I can always move them up, call them up to the main roster at some point. But the way I think of it is like, okay, there's certain McDavid cards that if they would pop up and I had to sell a card like this to get it, I think I would. Whereas the current McDavid cards I have, there's no card that could pop up where I would sell those. Like they're literally all like unsellable cards for me. So yeah, that's how I think of it. This one, it's certainly worthy of that part of my collection. So if I decide for sure, like, okay, I'm going back to collecting Bure for sure, then yeah, I would move this card up. But I want to make sure that I'm never planning to get rid of it if that's the case, and I just can't say that for sure yet. I do have 2 really nice Pavel Bure cards now though, so that collection is like slowly starting to assemble itself. I have this one in the Sign of the Times Gold, which is a nice playing years card, his first SP Authentic Auto. So got one big post playing years and one big playing years card. Both of them are autographs. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this card. That's the story of why I bought it and sort of a collecting philosophy shift or a rule that I'm breaking sort of. And yeah, that's it for the video. So thanks for watching. See ya.